Let me ask you something. How many of you have ever looked back at your life and said, why did I waste my time on that? We hustle, we grind, we chase things. But there comes a time when the years start to stack up that some things just don't make sense anymore. After 60, your perspective shifts. You realize that what you thought mattered doesn't. Time is the one thing in life that can never be regained. It is the most precious commodity we have, yet it is often the one we take for granted the most. We plan for the future, we save for it, we even fantasize about it, but we rarely pause to realize that time is steadily slipping away, moment by moment. Unlike money or possessions, which can be earned, bought, or replaced, time is finite. Once it's gone forever. And that realization becomes sharper as we age. In our younger years, we live as though we have all the time in the world. We waste hours on trivial pursuits, argue over meaningless issues, and delay what truly matters, thinking there will always be another day. We scroll mindlessly through social media, procrastinate on our goals, and sometimes even put off spending time with the people we love. But as we grow older, a sobering truth begins to settle, and time is not limitless. Every hour spent is an hour we can never get back. This awareness grows even more profound after the age of 60, when the horizon of life starts to feel closer, and the moments we once let slip away begin to matter more than ever. Time demands to be respected because it has a way of showing us what truly matters. When we reflect on our lives, it isn't the hours spent at the office or chasing superficial goals that hold meaning. It's the quiet moments, the laughter shared with friends, the wisdom passed down to children, the sunsets watched with loved ones that stick with us. These are the things we wish we had more of, and yet they're often the first things we sacrifice in the pursuit of material success or fleeting pleasures. The closer we get to life's later chapters, the more we realize that time isn't just a resource, it's the essence of life itself. It is the foundation of every choice we make and every connection we build. A minute wasted on anger or grudges is a minute lost to joy and peace. An hour spent worrying about the past or the future is an hour stolen from the present. And a day spent chasing unimportant things is a day that could have been spent pursuing purpose, passion, or love. The beauty of time, however, is that its value isn't dependent on how much of it we have left, but on how we choose to spend it. Even with less time ahead than behind, we can choose to make the most of every single moment. We can prioritize what truly matters, nurturing relationships, seeking fulfillment, and leaving behind a legacy that transcends our physical presence. As the years pass, time teaches us one final, powerful lesson. It's not about having more of it. It's about cherishing what we have. When we learn to see time as the precious gift it is, we begin to live fully, appreciating every second as if it were our last. Regret is one of the most painful burdens a person can carry. It doesn't weigh down your shoulders like a physical load, but it presses heavily on your heart and mind, haunting your quiet moments and resurfacing when you least expect it. It is the emotional residue of choices not made, words not spoken, or actions taken without foresight. While other forms of pain may fade with time, regret has a way of lingering, reminding us of the opportunities we missed, the relationships we damaged, and the paths we chose not to take. Regret is particularly heavy because it is tied to the irreversible nature of time. The decisions or mistakes that lead to regret cannot be undone. They are permanently etched into the fabric of our lives. This permanence makes regret uniquely difficult to bear. It doesn't just live in the past, it follows us into the present and colors how we view our future. You might find yourself replaying a moment over and over in your mind, wishing for the impossible, a chance to go back and do it differently. But life doesn't offer do-overs, and that realization can make the weight of regret feel suffocating. What makes regret so powerful is its complexity. It is not just sadness or disappointment, it is a tangled web of emotions, guilt, shame, longing, and sometimes even anger. You might feel guilt for hurting someone, shame for not living up to your own expectations, or longing for a chance that slipped through your fingers. These emotions often feed into each other, creating a cycle that is difficult to break. And while other challenges in life can often be resolved with action, Regret thrives on inaction. It grows in the spaces where we didn't take a risk, didn't say what we felt, or didn't pursue what truly mattered. Regret also has a way of isolating us. When we dwell on our mistakes, we often assume that we're the only ones carrying such a burden. But the truth is, everyone has regrets. They are a universal part of the human experience. The key difference lies in how we handle them. Regret can either be a teacher or a tormentor. When we allow it to torment us, it becomes a weight that slows us down and prevents us from moving forward. But when we choose to learn from it, regret can transform into a source of wisdom, pushing us to live more intentionally and fully. The heaviest regret often comes from things left undone, dreams unpursued, apologies never made, or time not spent with loved ones. As we age, these regrets become even more pronounced because the opportunities to rectify them grow fewer. That is why it's so important to act in the present. Say the words you've been holding back. Take the leap you've been hesitating on. Forgive yourself and others. Life is too short to be weighed down by regret. Instead, use it as a reminder to live without fear and to seize every moment while you still can. Chasing material possessions is a pursuit that, while enticing, ultimately feels hollow and meaningless in the grand scheme of life. Society often measures success by the size of one's house, the brand of one's car, or the price tag on one's clothes. From an early age, we are conditioned to believe that accumulating wealth and possessions is the path to happiness and fulfillment. But over time, especially as we grow older, it becomes clear that material things can never truly satisfy the deeper needs of the human spirit. The appeal of material possessions lies in their promise of status, comfort, and validation. Owning something new, expensive, or exclusive gives us a fleeting sense of pride or accomplishment, yet the satisfaction is rarely lasting. The new car that once thrilled us eventually becomes just another vehicle. The designer clothes lose their novelty. Even the most luxurious home, after a while, feels ordinary. Material possessions lose their shine because they are unable to provide what we truly seek: meaning, purpose, and connection. One of the most revealing truths about chasing material wealth is how it often comes at the expense of other, more valuable aspects of life. In the pursuit of bigger paychecks and fancier possessions, we sacrifice time with loved ones, neglect our health, and overlook moments of joy that can't be bought. The hours spent working overtime to afford a lavish lifestyle are hours taken from building relationships or pursuing passions. And when the thrill of a new purchase fades, we're left wondering if it was worth the trade-off. Material possessions are also temporary. They wear out, break down, or go out of style. The things we once prized so highly can become obsolete or even burdensome. And when we reach the later stages of life, surrounded by all the things we've accumulated, their true value becomes starkly apparent, or rather their lack of value. You can't take them with you. No amount of wealth or possessions can extend your life, mend a broken relationship, or give you the sense of peace that comes from living authentically. The pursuit of material things can also trap us in an endless cycle of comparison and dissatisfaction. No matter how much we acquire, there is always someone with more. This keeps us chasing, striving for something that will never truly be enough. We measure our worth by external standards, only to find that these standards are constantly shifting. What seemed essential yesterday feels insignificant today. True fulfillment doesn't come from what we own, it comes from what we give, who we love, and how we live. The moments that matter most in life: laughing with family, helping a friend, creating something meaningful, can't be bought. They are experiences, not possessions. When we stop chasing things and start focusing on relationships, purpose, and self-growth, we find a richness that no material object can match. In the end, the emptiness of materialism teaches us the most valuable lesson of all: that the best things in life aren't things at all. Holding on to grudges is like carrying a heavy weight that slowly drains your energy and steals your peace of mind. When someone wrongs us, it's natural to feel hurt, angry, or betrayed. These emotions are valid, but when we cling to them, they begin to poison our lives. A grudge, at its core, is an unresolved wound, a constant reminder of pain that we've chosen to hold on to instead of letting go. And while we may think holding on to resentment punishes the person who hurt us, the truth is, it only punishes us. The emotional toll of a grudge can be profound. Every time we replay the hurt in our minds, we relive the pain, keeping the wound fresh instead of allowing it to heal. This cycle of bitterness and resentment consumes valuable mental space, leaving less room for joy, love, and peace. It's like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. The person who wronged you might have moved on, oblivious to the turmoil they've caused, while you remain trapped, tethered to the past. Grudges also steal from the present moment. They rob you of your ability to fully enjoy life because part of your energy is always focused on the past. When you carry resentment, it's like walking around with a chain that binds you to the person or situation that hurt you. It limits your freedom to move forward and to embrace new opportunities for happiness. You can't truly be present in the here and now if you're constantly looking backward. Physically, grudges can take a toll on your health. The stress and negativity they create can lead to increased anxiety, depression, and even physical ailments like high blood pressure or weakened immunity. Your body reacts to prolonged emotional stress, and holding a grudge is like keeping yourself in a state of constant tension. Letting go, on the other hand, is liberating. It lightens your emotional load and allows your body and mind to relax. Forgiveness is often misunderstood as condoning the wrong or forgetting the harm that was done. But forgiveness is not about the other person, it's about you. It's about choosing to release the hold that the pain has over you. Forgiveness doesn't mean you have to reconcile with the person who hurt you or ignore the lessons learned. It simply means you refuse to let the past dictate your future. It's an act of self-care, a gift you give to yourself to reclaim your peace. Life is too short to carry the weight of grudges. When you let go, you make room for positive emotions to flow back into your life: joy, gratitude, and hope. You free yourself to focus on the things and people that truly matter. Letting go of a grudge doesn't mean the hurt never happened. It means you refuse to let it control you any longer. Peace is priceless, and nothing, not even the deepest hurt, is worth sacrificing it. Neglecting health is one of the most common regrets people face, often when it is too late to undo the damage. In our younger years, it's easy to believe that our bodies are resilient and that health is something we can take for granted. We prioritize careers, relationships, and fleeting pleasures while pushing our well-being to the bottom of the list. Skipping exercise, indulging in unhealthy eating habits, neglecting regular checkups, or dismissing the signs of stress and fatigue seem harmless in the moment. But over time, these small choices accumulate, and their consequences become impossible to ignore. The regret of neglecting health often arises when the body begins to falter. What once felt effortless, climbing stairs, playing with children, or enjoying life's simple pleasures, can suddenly become difficult or even impossible. Chronic illnesses such as diabetes, heart disease, or arthritis don't appear overnight. They are often the result of years of neglect. By the time these conditions manifest, the window to prevent them is often closed. It's in these moments that people reflect on the choices they made and wish they had done things differently. The regret doesn't just come from the physical limitations, but also from the realization that health is the foundation of everything else. Without it, even the most meaningful aspects of life, spending time with loved ones, pursuing passions, or achieving goals, become harder to enjoy. Neglecting health robs people not only of their vitality, but also of precious time. Time that could have been spent living fully is instead spent in doctors' offices, hospitals, or coping with pain and discomfort. What makes this regret so heavy is that it is often entirely preventable. Most of the steps needed to maintain good health, regular exercise, a balanced diet, sufficient sleep, and stress management, are within our control. Yet, these actions are often postponed because the consequences of neglect are not immediately visible. People convince themselves they'll start exercising next week, or that one unhealthy meal won't matter. But as these habits persist, the impact on the body becomes inevitable. Neglecting mental health is just as damaging. Chronic stress, unaddressed trauma, and burnout can take a toll on both the mind and body. Mental health struggles, if ignored, can spiral into conditions like anxiety, depression, or physical illnesses caused by prolonged stress. The stigma surrounding mental health often prevents people from seeking help, adding another layer of regret when they realize the toll it has taken on their lives. The good news is that it's never too late to make a change. While some consequences of neglecting health may be irreversible, many can be mitigated by adopting healthier habits. Every step toward better health, whether it's a daily walk, eating more nutritious meals, or prioritizing rest, makes a difference. The earlier these changes are made, the greater the rewards. Regret doesn't have to define your future. By choosing to prioritize health today, you can ensure that your body and mind remain strong to support the life you want to live. In the grand journey of life, relationships hold a deeper and more lasting value than status, titles, or accolades ever can. Status is fleeting, a label that changes with time, circumstance, or perception. It is tied to external factors like wealth, career, or social standing, which can rise and fall like the tide. Relationships, however, are rooted in connection, love, and shared experiences. They provide the true richness of life, the kind of wealth that cannot be measured in material terms or accolades. When we chase status, we often find ourselves in an endless cycle of striving for more recognition, more success, more approval. While achieving these milestones can bring temporary satisfaction, they rarely lead to lasting fulfillment. The applause fades, the titles lose their luster, and the material rewards that once seemed so important eventually feel hollow. In those moments of quiet reflection, it is not our status that comforts us, it is the relationships we've nurtured. The people who love us for who we are, not for what we have become, are true anchors. Relationships give life meaning because they connect us to something greater than ourselves. Whether it's the bond between family members, the loyalty of close friendships, or the intimacy of a loving partner, these connections remind us of our humanity. They provide support during tough times and amplify joy during moments of celebration. A kind word, a shared laugh, or a simple gesture of care can do more to uplift the soul than any promotion or award ever could. In the end, it is the people who stand by us, not our status, that define the quality of our lives. Pursuing status often comes at a cost to relationships. The relentless drive for success can lead to neglecting loved ones, prioritizing work over family, or losing touch with friends. We may think we're building a better life by climbing the ladder, but if we alienate the people who matter most along the way, what have we truly gained? Success without meaningful relationships is a hollow victory. No amount of professional achievement can replace the warmth of genuine connection. Moreover, relationships offer something status never can: authenticity. Status often requires us to perform, to present a polished version of ourselves that aligns with societal expectations. Relationships, however, allow us to be vulnerable and real. In the company of loved ones, we don't have to impress or prove ourselves. We can simply be, knowing we are accepted and valued for who we are. As life progresses, it becomes increasingly clear that relationships are the true markers of a successful life. At the end of our journey, it won't be the titles on our resumes or the size of our bank accounts that matter. It will be the memories of shared moments, the bonds we've nurtured, and the love we've given and received. Status may bring recognition, but relationships bring purpose, and it is through these connections that we leave a lasting legacy. Comparison is a trap that many fall into, especially in a world where everyone's highlights are on display. We measure our lives against others, seeking validation, approval, or reassurance that we're doing enough. But over time, especially as wisdom grows, it becomes clear that comparison is not only unproductive, but also irrelevant. Life is not a race or a competition, it's a deeply personal journey. The constant act of measuring ourselves against others only serves to distract us from our unique path, robbing us of joy and the peace that comes with self-acceptance. The futility of comparison lies in the fact that no two lives are the same. Everyone's journey is shaped by different circumstances, challenges, and opportunities. Comparing yourself to someone else is like comparing apples to oranges. It makes no sense because the contexts are entirely different. You may admire someone's success without knowing the struggles they faced to get there. Similarly, others may envy you without understanding the sacrifices or hardships that have accompanied your achievements. Comparison oversimplifies life by reducing it to external markers of success, ignoring the complexity of individual stories. Comparison also breeds dissatisfaction. When you focus on what others have, you lose sight of what you already possess. It creates a mindset of lack, where no achievement feels like enough because someone else seems to have more. This endless cycle of wanting, striving, and envying leaves little room for gratitude. Yet gratitude is what truly brings contentment. When you pause to appreciate your own blessings, talents, and growth, you realize that your life is complete in its own way. The grass may look greener on the other side, but often it's just a matter of watering your own. Another truth about comparison is that it often relies on superficial measures of success, money, possessions, titles, or appearances. But these external markers rarely tell the full story. A person with wealth may lack happiness. Someone with a high-status job might be overwhelmed with stress. True success isn't about how others perceive you. It's about living a life aligned with your values, passions, and purpose. When you compare, you risk losing sight of what truly matters to you, chasing someone else's definition of success instead of creating your own. Letting go of comparison allows you to focus on growth, not competition. Life is about progress, not perfection, and the only person you need to measure yourself against is who you were yesterday. By focusing on your own journey, you can celebrate your achievements, learn from your mistakes, and embrace the pace that is right for you. This shift in perspective not only brings peace, but also empowers you to support others instead of envying them. When comparison fades, collaboration and connection take its place. Ultimately, comparison becomes irrelevant when you realize that your worth isn't tied to how you measure up to others. Your journey is yours alone, and that is what makes it valuable. The freedom that comes from letting go of comparison is priceless. It allows you to live authentically, with confidence and contentment. Missed opportunities have a unique way of lingering in our minds, casting long shadows over the present. They haunt us not because we failed, but because we never gave ourselves the chance to try. Unlike mistakes, which can offer lessons and growth, missed opportunities are rooted in inaction, what we didn't say, didn't do, or didn't pursue. This inaction leaves behind a void filled with what-ifs, a mental space where we imagine all the paths our lives could have taken had we been braver, bolder, or more willing to step outside our comfort zones. The pain of missed opportunities is often tied to regret. Regret over a dream left unexplored, a relationship never nurtured, or a risk avoided. It's the voice in your head that wonders what might have happened if you'd followed your passion, spoken up in a critical moment, or taken a leap of faith. This regret becomes heavier as time passes because opportunities, by their very nature, are fleeting. What was possible once may no longer be within reach, and the realization that some chances won't come around again can feel like a profound loss. One of the reasons missed opportunities are so haunting is that they stem from fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown. In the moment, these fears can seem overwhelming, convincing us that staying safe is the best choice. But as time moves on, the fear fades, and what remains is the frustration of knowing we let it hold us back. We come to see that failure would have been a temporary setback, but inaction created a permanent question mark. Missed opportunities also have a way of highlighting the fragility of time. We often assume that there will be a better moment in the future, that we can wait until we feel more ready or until conditions are perfect. But life rarely operates on our schedule. Opportunities often arise unexpectedly and disappear just as quickly. The people we love won't always be there. The chance to change careers, move to a new city, or take a creative risk won't always wait for us to feel prepared. The haunting realization is that the perfect time we were waiting for may never come. Yet, even though missed opportunities can weigh on us, they also offer an important lesson: the importance of living boldly and acting with intention. They remind us to seize the moment, to take risks, and to prioritize what truly matters. While we can't go back and reclaim what was lost, we can use those experiences to shape how we approach the future. Every day offers new opportunities, and the haunting feeling of what's been missed can fuel a commitment to not let it happen again. In the end, missed opportunities don't have to define us. They can inspire us to be more present, to act with courage, and to embrace life's possibilities. By letting go of regret and focusing on the chances still ahead, we can ensure that the haunting whispers of missed opportunities don't control the story of our lives. Accolades are temporary. They may bring a brief moment of recognition, a pat on the back, or a trophy on the shelf, but they don't endure. Over time, the memory of these achievements fades, and the accolades themselves become less important. What truly matters is the legacy we leave behind, the impact we have on the world, the lives we touch, and the values we instill in others. Legacy is not about what we collect during our lifetime, but about what we give, teach, and share. It is the lasting influence we leave that transcends accolades and continues long after we are gone. Legacy is about the way we make others feel, the example we set, and the way we shape future generations. It is measured in love, kindness, wisdom, and integrity, qualities that are far more enduring than any award or achievement. While accolades often come as a result of competition, legacy is born from contribution. It's the quiet acts of service, the moments of mentorship, the bonds we create with others that make up the real substance of a life well lived. These are the things that carry forward and continue to inspire long after we've left the stage. One of the reasons legacy is so much more meaningful than accolades is that it is not defined by external validation, but by the internal impact we have on others. It is a reflection of who we truly are, not how others perceive us in a moment of glory. Accolades can be earned by anyone, sometimes through luck or circumstance, but legacy is something that's built through consistent actions, choices, and relationships. It's about how we treat others, how we face adversity, and how we stay true to our principles when no one is watching. The beauty of legacy is its ability to live on, influencing people and events long after we're gone. An award ceremony may last an hour, but the lessons we impart, the love we share, and the inspiration we offer can echo through the lives of others for a lifetime. A person's character, how they made others feel, and the positive change they sparked, these are the things that stay with people. They are the things that will be remembered, cherished, and passed down. Accolades, on the other hand, often vanish with time, forgotten in the rush of the next achievement or the next award. Moreover, legacy has the power to transcend time and place. The influence we have on others can ripple outward, affecting not just those in our immediate circle, but also those beyond it. We may never know the full extent of the impact we have, but the effects can spread far beyond our expectations, touching lives in ways we may never see. A single act of kindness, a word of encouragement, or a lesson shared can become the spark for something much greater than ourselves. These are the moments that create a legacy that lives on. In the end, while accolades may feel gratifying in the moment, it is the legacy we leave that truly defines who we are. It is the imprint we make on the world, the people we've uplifted, and the values we've passed on that matter most. What we achieve in terms of recognition will fade, but the difference we make in the lives of others is what will endure long after the applause has died down. Legacy is the measure of a life well lived, and that is a far greater reward than any accolade. Living without purpose is like drifting through life, disconnected from the deeper meaning that gives us direction and fulfillment. It's easy to get caught in the routine of daily tasks, focused on survival, work, and fleeting pleasures, but without a sense of purpose, life begins to feel hollow. Every day can start to feel like the same, with no clear reason to rise in the morning other than to meet obligations. This lack of purpose creates a profound emptiness that cannot be filled by external achievements, possessions, or distractions. It leaves you feeling like something essential is missing, and no matter what you acquire or accomplish, the emptiness persists. Purpose gives life direction. It's the internal compass that guides us through challenges, helps us make decisions, and provides a sense of meaning to our actions. When we don't have purpose, we're simply going through the motions, reacting to life rather than actively engaging with it. The daily grind becomes monotonous, and instead of feeling like we're part of something greater, we feel isolated and adrift. The absence of purpose strips life of its richness and depth, leaving us to wonder why we're here and what we're truly working towards. When you live without purpose, the pursuit of material things or temporary pleasures becomes less satisfying. You may reach certain milestones, get a promotion, buy a new car, or take a vacation, but those moments of accomplishment don't bring lasting fulfillment. They may offer a brief sense of joy, but that joy fades quickly. Without a deeper purpose driving us, these external rewards don't hold the same value. They're like filling an empty glass with water, only to find that the glass has a crack and the water slips right through. Moreover, living without purpose often leads to feelings of confusion, frustration, and even anxiety. You may find yourself wondering if what you're doing really matters. What's the point of all the effort? Why keep pushing forward when there seems to be no clear end or goal in sight? This existential uncertainty can be overwhelming. It leaves you feeling stuck, like you're living someone else's life or following a path that doesn't truly align with who you are. Purpose also brings a sense of resilience. When life throws obstacles in your way, having a purpose helps you push through difficult times. It's what keeps you going when the road gets tough, reminding you that the struggle is part of a bigger picture. Without it, challenges feel insurmountable, and you might find. In conclusion, the journey through life is full of challenges, choices, and opportunities, but it is the way we approach these moments that truly defines our existence. Throughout this speech, we've explored the powerful truths that shape the way we live, the importance of purpose, the weight of missed opportunities, the impact of legacy, and the value of relationships over accolades. These elements are not just abstract concepts, they are the foundation of a life well lived. Living with purpose is crucial because it provides direction, meaning, and fulfillment. Without it, life can feel empty, like wandering in the dark without a clear sense of where you're going or why. When we align our actions with a greater sense of purpose, we connect to something bigger than ourselves, giving each day greater significance. This purpose becomes our fuel, helping us to move past obstacles, face challenges, and find joy in the journey, even when the road is difficult. When we have purpose, we live with intention, not just for survival, but for growth and contribution. But it's not just about purpose, it's also about the relationships we build along the way. These relationships are what truly make life rich and meaningful. Whether it's family, friends, or a community of like-minded individuals, the connections we create are the most valuable treasures we can have. They provide support, laughter, and love, and they give us the strength to endure even the hardest of times. The accolades we chase may bring temporary satisfaction, but they don't compare to the lasting impact of genuine, deep connections. People matter far more than titles, and the love and kindness we give and receive are the things that truly define us. We've also seen that missed opportunities can haunt us, but they don't have to define our future. While it's painful to think about the chances we didn't take, the important lesson is not to dwell on the past, but to move forward with courage and conviction. Every day offers new opportunities, and it's never too late to take a step toward what truly matters. We must learn from the past, not be trapped by it, and take bold action now to ensure that we don't miss out on what lies ahead. Lastly, legacy is what we leave behind, far more than the fleeting praise we might receive along the way. A life that makes a positive impact on others, that teaches lessons, shows love, and stands for something meaningful is the legacy worth striving for. This legacy is the true measure of success, not the trophies or accolades that gather dust on a shelf. When we look back at our lives, we won't remember the fleeting moments of applause, but the lives we touched, the kindness we shared, and the love we gave. That is the legacy that endures. In the end, purpose, relationships, legacy, and seizing opportunities are the pillars that give our lives meaning. Without them, we're left adrift, disconnected from what truly matters. When we embrace these truths, we find the richness of life, the joy, fulfillment, and peace that come from living with intention, love, and impact. Let us move forward with purpose, knowing that our lives are defined not by what we have, but by what we give and who we become along the way. So here's my message to you. Don't wait until 60 to figure this out. Don't wait until your hair turns gray to realize that time, health, relationships, and purpose matter more than anything else. Start living now. Start loving now. Start forgiving now. Because when the clock runs out, you don't get a do-over. Your life is a gift. Don't waste it. Live it with meaning every single day.